I suppose when Sam was born, he had a football in his cot. Sam grew up in the southern suburbs, Adelaide. We've lived in the same house since Sam was 1 year old. So he was born at Flinders and spent all his time down southern Adelaide.
Sam was loyal and loving. I think are two of the best words you can use.
Sam was just funny. He was clever. He knew he could be whatever he wanted to be. Very determined to succeed, but you know, in his own way, under his own terms, but not by treading over anybody on the way through.
Yeah, Sam was very charismatic, and I think that was shown in how easily he could move into different friendship groups and grow in different groups.
I think Sam was the one they looked up to, and whatever they were going to do, it was always, shall we do this, Sam? Sam, are we going to do this? So I think maybe a leader amongst his peer group as well.
He could have played AFL if he'd have wanted to. On Saturday, May the 3rd, it was pretty much like any other Saturday for us. Sam had a home game at South Adelaide. He had a fantastic game, kicked 5 goals, and we got to see him playing a winning side, and they hadn't won for quite some time.
I remember going down into the change rooms and hearing him sing that club song, and you could hear Sam's voice above everyone else's. Sam had his mandatory chicken palmy with his mates, but you know, it was a Saturday night and Sam had a party to go to.
It seemed quite mellow at first. We knew the girl who was throwing the party, and Sam actually met us at the front door. Even for Sam, who was so happy and outgoing all the time, he seemed even happier that day for some reason. I think it would probably be to do with the game that he'd played that day, and as always, when Sam is around people that he was close to, it just brought the best out in him as well. I remember the altercation starting out the back of the house, and then it getting quite large out the back, and then everybody starting to move off out the front. I was standing in the middle of the street after we'd moved out to the front of the property, and I knew Sam was somewhere behind me at that point, and I remember turning, seeing Sam, and then more things happening and turning around again. Couldn't have been 30 seconds later in the same spot, but he was on the ground. I thought not a whole lot of it. I thought he must have been hit and he was going to get up in a moment, but it took a good few minutes to realise how serious the situation actually was. The
phone rang and I felt really lucid, which is unusual for me because I have trouble waking up in the middle of the night. And I answered the phone, and it was Neil. Neil just said, Nat, you've got to get to the hospital. Sam's been knocked out. They said it's really bad, and I said, yep, I know, I'm coming.
When Natalie got to the hospital, she went in and spoke to the doctors and had a look at Sam, and she told me that Sam wasn't going to make it.
I checked his eyes, and I just said, no, he's gone. He had a heartbeat, he was on a breathing machine, but he was dead.
I told her really just to shut up, and what would she know? Nothing could hurt Sam. A few hours later, when the doctors came up and said that he was brain dead, and had we thought about organ donation, I think that's when it sunk in, you know, when you have to make the worst phone calls I've ever had to make in my life. Ringing up the brothers and sisters and the nannies and granddads and saying, do you want to come in and say goodbye?
Alcohol played a huge part. If it was being used properly or not at all, I can be almost certain that nothing would have happened to Sam.
We're not here to say don't go out and have a good time. We're here to say go out and have a good time, but do it safely.
If we had our wish, alcohol companies would make sure that any marketing they do is only targeting very clearly people who are of age. There should be no misunderstanding or no misconception about what the consequences are of over and misuse of their product. We can't be saying to young people it makes you stronger, sexier, smarter, faster, or be able to fly, because it does none of those things.
I think if I could say to anyone what to do for your kids, it'd be to spend as much time as you can with them, because you never know what's going to happen. And when you get home tonight, go and give them a hug.